Hey all, Bad Girl Mystic here. What's up, guys? Was gonna do some coloring. Definitely brain tired. And where I'm feeling the creative juice flow is here with you guys. Helps me a lot, so thank you. Thanks for your comments. I was going through the comments on the Bad Girl Mystic page. Coffee. And I weed through for trolls and haters and complainers. I just bounce them. There's my house, my rules. There's a certain energy and integrity and that I want to bring to my pages for when people stop by. Yes, I know. Fuck, I touched my face. Hair itch. Anyway, so it got me thinking. Like, I was listening to some of the complaints, and sometimes if I'm not sure, like it sounds like somebody's more in pain than just ranting, I'll look at their profile, see who they are, what they're about. And then I look to see if there's a trend, if it's a habit. And yeah, it does, and it makes a difference. The little tuning and pruning and gardening I do to my meme thievery that I share on my page. Memes and stories for just fucking laughs and inspiration. That's what I call it. My art, my stories. But what hit me was like, it's Transformation Thursday, so we're all going through a big transformation together. And it's the microcosm and the macrocosm. So not only is there this global transformation happening with the human race, within us there is a transformation of a change in our energy, a change from being dynamic and in our masculine and always being on the move, to now being within, with our within our feminine, in our homes, in our cocoons. And people are finding out, some people haven't been tending to their cocoons, find out they don't really like their cocoons. Some people are finding out that they don't like who they're sharing their cocoons with. Some people are finding out that they've really built an awesome cocoon and they're just sitting in gratitude and happiness for what's around them. And to me, there's the transformation, right? When I first started this journey, I was 20 years old. And I walked into the counseling office at my community college because I was so depressed and I love nature so much. And I noticed that I couldn't remember the last time I looked at the color of the sky, that I looked at clouds. And this was there was such an emptiness in my soul for missing this. Yeah, I still have that itchy face. And that was literally the start. Like, that was the thought that shifted, that said, I don't want to keep going if I keep going on, moving through the world the way I was, speaking to myself the way I was. If you told me then that I was a powerful woman, I would have just fought you tooth and nail. I was so beaten down by everything I had been through. And so that's the victim stage. Either you are still in the situation where people are hurting you and you see no way out, it's all you know, and you're pushing down on your rage and your your fears and enduring. That's victim. And then we go from victim to Survivor. So this is kind of where I went to Survivor. So when you're going through a transformation stage, like you're powering down your energy, you're changing up your environment, you're changing up your habits, it gets really wonky. And there's times like you look at yourself and you don't even feel like you know yourself. Excuse me. Survivor, that's when you're like figuring all the shit out. You're figuring out what your truth is, you're figuring out who your tribe is, who's in your inner circle, who you need to place outside of the inner circle, how to support yourself and gather the resources you need. And then that moves into warrior, where now you don't want to go back to where you were as a victim. You want to do more than just survive. So then you go into this like protective state of protecting everything you've built up to this point, of wanting to be the defender for other people that you see in pain and help other people a leg up. But many times in warrior, it's exhausting, especially for women. Warrior is this, it's the energy that single moms, my mom did it too, like it's called upon them to be a warrior 24/7, and there's very little time to rest, to restore, to rebuild chi. So in warrior, this is when we start seeing our warriors fall with chronic illness and autoimmune disorders. Literally the body is exhausted and drained, and this is where the personal responsibility comes in to decide to put the shield down and pick up a book, become an alchemist, deepen your knowledge of the human form and what your home is. And so that's where, it's like, this is where I found the power. It's like, okay, I don't have the power right now to change what is happening in the world at the moment, or what Mother Nature has set in motion. But what I do have the power over is what I put in my body, what I consume. What I do have the power over is how I move my body. What I do have power over is who I share my time and my space with. And this was an evolution. So if you told me back 30 some years ago, when I was 20 years old, crying, walking in that counseling office, that I'd have the power to create and build a loving, supportive, creative environment for myself and those I was close to, that would have been like a pipe dream, like something that was inconceivable. So right now, like everything that's in front of us of what we need to go through on this journey of the pandemic, and right now there's a lot of feelings of victim and loss and fear and no direction. And then we're going to find out what we need, and we're going to move into survivor. And then shit might get thin. So our warrior will be called upon us. And then as we are able to bring balance back, to bring that balance, we will need to step into our alchemist. So it's a similar arc and journey as it is for someone who has gone through trauma. Specifically, I speak about early childhood sexual trauma and multiple traumatic events that had happened along that arc for myself in the journey that I've walked. And I'm just seeing a lot of similarities. So Transformation Thursday, I'm going to go do some coloring and rest. I'm feeling a little drained today. Stay frosty, stay safe, peace out. Hey, if there's anything you ever want to hear more about in detail, feel free to drop me a question in my message box here, Facebook. All right, peace out.